everyone, how you doing today? My name's Eric. As always, I want to thank you for coming by and checking out my video today. On this episode of Smo'King, I'm going to show you how to make homemade Hamburger Helper. Now, we're into fall right now. The temperatures are dropping, and this is the time, unfortunately, that I have to move inside for a lot of cooks because it's just too cold, too windy, too much snow to cook and barbecue outside. Of course, I look for those nice days in between where I might get a break and I might be able to get out there. But typically, I love cooking inside as well. I'm real excited. I got this new 7-quart Dutch oven I'm gonna break in today for this cook. And nothing is easier than making a simple one-pot recipe. Now, if you're like me, you grew up on Hamburger Helper. It was inexpensive, and these days with inflation and everything else, you're trying to find more creative ways to feed your family but not drain your bank account. And this is so much more healthier and more tasty than buying that processed bag stuff. I got around 1.5 pounds of ground beef, some onion, cheese, some shells. We're gonna add some garlic, some tomato sauce, some garlic, some spices. Super easy, and like I said, we're gonna cook it in one pot and your whole family is gonna love it. So stick around, I'm gonna show you how to do this step by step. Let's get cooking. Alright guys, I got around a tablespoon of olive oil that I'm heating up here on the stove and on medium heat, and to that we're going to add 1 pound, well actually I got around 1.5 pounds, but this is a little fatty. You can get away with 1 pound if you're dealing with something that's a little more lean. And yeah, get a wooden spoon and try to break this up as best as you can. We don't have to cook this all the way complete because it is going to be simmering in some liquid with the pasta noodles. I'm going to add a little bit of salt. Not too much, just enough. And a little bit of ground black pepper. Just like that. We'll let this simmer for a few minutes, guys. We'll be back. Alright guys, we're almost done here. This is fine. It's not completely cooked. But what we want to be really careful of here is the amount of fat. You know, if you got really lean ground beef, you can skip this step, but we only want like a couple tablespoons of that fat in there. Otherwise, it's going to be way too greasy. So I'm going to drain a little bit of this fat. Let me turn the heat off here real quick because we don't need that. We only want to have a couple tablespoons. And then I'll be back and we'll start adding some of the other ingredients. Be back in a second. All right, guys, you can see I removed a lot of that excess fat and grease. There's still a little bit in here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to kind of push the ground beef aside, make a little room here. And we're going to add one medium onion in here. I'm also going to add some minced garlic. You can use fresh garlic, but move this aside here. Around 3 cloves of minced or fresh garlic, and we'll just let this saute for a little bit, maybe around 5 minutes or so, until everything kind of softens up. So we'll be back in a minute. Alright guys, it's been around 5 minutes. You can see the onions are starting to soften. They're a little translucent, but there's still a little bit of excess liquid in here, and we want to kind of thicken up the sauce. So what we're going to do is add some flour. Got around 2 tablespoons of flour. If I haven't mentioned it already, I'm going to leave all the recipe ingredient list and how much down below in the video description. Now we're just going to keep stirring this until we can no longer see any flour, which literally should just be a few minutes. So we'll give this another minute or so. And then we'll come back and add the rest of the ingredients. It's been around a minute. I don't see any flour, which is good. So now we're gonna add the rest of the ingredients. Now here I have all my spices here. So I have a teaspoon of onion powder, teaspoon of garlic powder, teaspoon of paprika, teaspoon of chili powder, and a teaspoon of Italian seasoning. If you want a little heat, go ahead and add a teaspoon of something hot, cayenne pepper, red hot chili flakes, or you can even squeeze a little bit of hot sauce in there. But I'm just going to leave it like this. We can always add that later. So we're going to mix in those spices. Yeah, look at this. It's all, the smell is wonderful. Okay, now we're going to add the rest of the ingredients. We got some tomato sauce, or tomato sauce we're going to add in there. That's going to be our base. We got some milk. Let me stir that real good. Just stir it till you get all those spices kind of distributed through the whole meal here. There we go. And now we got some beef stock. 5 cups of beef stock. You can use chicken stock, vegetable stock, whatever you have on hand. There we go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to cover this. I'm going to reduce the heat a little bit. We're going to bring this up to a simmer. And then once this is simmering for around 5 minutes, we'll add the pasta and cook the pasta, and then we are done. And everything's going to thicken up. But there you go, guys. Look how easy that is. I'll put the cover on it. I need a drink. I'll meet you guys for a drink review in just a second. Alright guys, drink review time. I'm having a Golden Road Ride On 10 Hop Hazy IPA. 7.5% alcohol. I had this before when I was in California. I guess they call it 10 hop because there's 10 hops. It says Chinook, CTZ, Idaho 1, Simcoe. I don't even know the names of all this, but anyway, that's what I'm having. This is my daughter Ava Grace and my son Kyle.
Hello.
Hi.
Ava
Very
Grace.
creative name.
Yeah. Well, right on. Ava Grace is having fruit shoot, strawberry and raspberry. It says naturally berry flavored apple, strawberry, and raspberry juice drink blend. Other natural flavors. So that's what Ava Grace is going to try today. And then Kyle.
The most creative name of them all.
Look at this, guys. Grass soda. I have no idea. We saw it in the store.
Does it taste like grass?
It says it's mowed and bottled in the USA. So that's what Kyle's going to have.
Mowed and bottled.
Mowed and bottled. I wonder if it smells like fresh mowed grass.
I just hope there's no little chunks of grass in it.
Let's hope not, huh? All right. Probably not. Okay, so that's yours.
I don't see any chunks of grass.
I was kidding.
No. It's green, so.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Smell it.
I don't smell anything. Okay, Ava Grace, you know how to drink out of one of these,
It does kind of
one of these like sport type bottles?
It does kind of smell like
It's got a built-in sport bottle.
Well, not doing
And 10 hop hazy IPA. I've been on keto for a long time, guys. I haven't had an IPA. I've had, I think, one. Since
Smell
I
it
came.
now.
Well, it smells a little bit like grass.
It smells a little sweet, like lime or something. So I'm assuming it's a illusion.
So for 7.5% alcohol, it's pretty light looking. It looks a little hazy. Cheers. Cheers. All right, guys. I appreciate you watching the video. We have this thing, trying to bring it up to a simmer for a few minutes, and then we'll add the pasta, and we'll be done. Dinner will be served. But in the meantime, let's try some drinks. Okay, you guys ready?
By the way, guys,
Thanks
I'll be in the taste review because he's making something I can eat.
That's right. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. No, it's good. You know, to 10 hops, I thought it would be like really hoppy. I just taste a very mild presence of hops. There's a little fruitness to the, okay, there we go. A little bit of bitterness, but not too bad. It's definitely got some fruit sweetness to it that's kind of overriding the hoppiness. Not bad. All right, Ava Grace. How is your, what's it called again? Fruit shoot. How's your fruit shoot?
So it's strawberry and raspberry, which this is my first time having fruit shoot. So it's really good. It's just like I don't know what to say really. I don't know why I always feel like that when I'm like, oh, this is how it is.
Well, how is it? How does it taste? Is it something you would try on a regular basis, or something that you're not that crazy about?
No, it's really good. I really like the flavor, and I definitely have it again.
Okay. Well, there you go. Okay, Kyle. Now I think everyone watching is very interested in the mode and bottled. What does it say? Mode and bottled in the USA. Your grass soda.
It tastes like apple juice.
Apple?
I'm kidding.
Oh, okay.
It tastes kind of like lime, if that makes sense. It does taste a little bit like grass.
Okay, I gotta try.
So I probably wouldn't drink this again, but it's not bad.
No, it's lime, but it does have a little of a funky aftertaste,
which is supposed to be the grass, and
which could be interpreted as grass, but it doesn't taste bad. It's not like, you know, we find these weird sodas for Kyle. That one's certainly weird. And you would try yours again, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys, we'll give this a few more minutes. I'll add the pasta. We'll let it simmer for a few minutes, and dinner's served. We'll be back in a few minutes. Cheers. We'll see you guys in a few minutes. All right, guys, it's been around 5 minutes. Let's take a look. Hopefully this has been simmering. Oh, yeah, it is. Let's give it a good stir. Try to use your spoon to scrape off any things on the bottom there. That's where all the flavor is. All right. Now you're gonna add a pound of pasta, whatever you want. We're using shells, but you can use macaroni noodles. I mean, whatever noodles you want. And look, because every noodles is different. This says boiled for 10 to 12 minutes. So I'll probably put it in there for at least 8 and check it. We don't want to completely cook this till it's soft and mushy. So it'll probably be ready at 8 minutes. Then we're going to stir in the cheese, and we are ready. So you can see it's simmering nicely there. Here is a pound of the just pasta shells. Just like so. Stir that in real good. Oh man, I can already smell this. Something about just good old American comfort food. And like I said, you're trying to feed your family. Inflation's kind of hard right now. Pound of ground beef, some pasta noodles, some spices you probably already have in your cupboard, and yeah, some milk, and boom, dinner is served, and this can feed a whole family very inexpensively. So I'll put that back on. We'll let this go for around 8 minutes, and we'll be back. All right, guys, let's see how it's looking now. After around 8 minutes, oh, it smells wonderful. Okay, one thing I can notice already, some of this pasta, give it a good scrape on the bottom. Make sure nothing's sticking to the bottom of the... All right, look at this. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add the cheese. I got the Sharp Cheddar. Just gonna put a little bit in, maybe half of it at first. We'll give that a good stir. You know what, this time, I'm just going to turn it off because this Dutch oven has got some heat. It'll stay warm. Yeah, look how quickly that cheese melted. Man. Alright guys, that's all the cheese. And we shredded this fresh from a big block of cheese, which I heard is the best way. Look at this. Alright. Now we're gonna sample it, and this is where you want to add additional seasonings. If it needs more salt, pepper, chili powder, whatever you want. So I'm gonna sample this. We'll be back in a minute. All right, guys, look at this. I just left it uncovered here, turned off the heat, let that sauce thicken up. I did taste it, needed a little bit more salt, so I added that, and then I put a little bit more ground black pepper. But man, it's still steaming hot. But when I tasted it, that sauce, and I did try one of the some of the pasta there just to taste, and it's al dente, it's perfect. So I'm just gonna let this sit here for a second, cool off a little bit. I'll get the family out, we'll give this a sample. Be back in a minute. All right, guys, I've been letting it rest here for a few minutes. It's still very hot, but I'm gonna dish some out. Let's take a look here. Yeah, see, now it's thickened up. This is hot. This is the consistency you want. Of course, if it isn't, you know, add more liquid, put a little bit more flour in there to thicken it up. But look at this. Oh, this is gonna be some good dinner tonight. It's kind of a little, what's the proper word, Monica? I don't want to say, kind of, almost was going to say kind of trailer trash food.
Ghetto but good.
Ghetto food, you know, cheap and expensive, but you know, right now with the way the economy's going, and you know what, this stuff is good. I love this stuff, especially when you make it like this and it's not the packaged stuff. It's absolutely delicious. So there's nothing to be ashamed of when you're making this kind of food. Let me get that out of there. So anyway, we'll be back in a little bit. We'll give this a sample. Welcome back, guys. I'm here with my son Kyle, my daughter Ava Grace. You saw them at the drink review. My wife Monica is under the weather, so she's not going to be in the taste test. But you guys ready? I think Ava Grace can do this.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the same pastas that my mom does, makes my mac and cheeses and spaghettis in when
All right, Kyle, you ready?
She has to be very careful
Still,
about the
it's
pasta
still a little hot,
sizes.
so be careful. Oh, that's good. What do you think, Kyle? Oh, yeah, not so big a spoon. All right, guys, what do you think?
Okay, so it's really good, and there's like, what's the sauce in there?
It's a homemade sauce of cheese, beef stock, some spices, a little bit of milk.
And then you
What do
put
you
some
think?
of the
I put some ground beef in there,
ground beef,
some
like little
onions,
pieces.
sauteed onion.
I don't know what to say like I was in the drink review. I really don't.
It's good.
It's really good.
There you go, guys. All right, Kyle, what do you think?
Well,
You've never had Hamburger Helper. I don't think
That's
we've
not
ever.
true. I've
Oh,
had
have you? Okay.
We just don't have it much. But
No, we don't have it much. But you know what? Times are tough. Inflation, money's tight. Like I mentioned, you're looking for a cheap meal to feed the whole family. You know, you just need a pound or so of ground beef.
prefer Hamburger Helper.
Yeah, please. So tell them what you think.
It's really good. It's definitely better than Hamburger Helper.
Yeah, more flavorful and you know what, more healthy. And really, just as easy. You probably, like I said, have these spices sitting already in your kitchen.
This
So,
is good, guys.
all right, guys. So, like I said, if you're looking for an inexpensive meal with just a pound of pasta, a pound of ground beef, and some spices, man, this is definitely the way to go. Wouldn't you say so, Kyle? And what about you, Ava Grace?
Yeah, it's really good.
Guys, if you like the video,
I have
please-
it again.
yeah, please hit the like button. The logo on my shirt down in the corner, if you click on that, it'll allow you to subscribe to my channel. Please do. That helps my channel grow a lot. And I'd love to have you guys come back, check out some of my other videos. I'll leave the link above and below to my website, ericsmokingbbq.com, where I have all my recipes, the video links, photos, and all the recipes written out for you. So,
Hey, and guys, just to say, it has a really good, but like a small spicy aftertaste, but it's good.
all right, glad you liked it, Ava Grace. All right, guys, thanks for stopping by. We'll see you next time.